So yesterday I had a terrifying conversation with my manager that sounded a lot like this.
Hey! Oh, it's so good to see you. Happy New Year!
Oh, it's so good to see you.
So good to see you. How was your break?
Really good. Oh man, it snowed here. It's really ridiculous outside the window. It's just like really bright and white, and now there's ice everywhere because the snow is out.
Like naturally. I mean, weather's been so crazy, you know. Hashtag global warming. Yeah.
How else have you been?
So I actually had wanted to start off the conversation saying I really appreciate you and everything that the team has done for me. I have decided after a lot of deliberation that I'm going to be putting my 2 weeks in, and this is really exciting.
Wow.
I had an opportunity that just came out of the blue, fell in my lap, and I think that I really need to take this.
So of course, before the meeting in my head, I was like this. Oh my god, oh, they're gonna hate me. Fuck, what am I gonna do? Okay. Will they just fire me on the spot? Can they do that? Well, I mean, there's no harm in waiting a day, maybe. No, bitch. You have to tell them because it's 2 weeks and that's how it works. Fuck. And then during the meeting in my head, I was like this.
I really appreciate you.
Oh shit, I definitely shat on her day. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that job. Okay, wait a minute. What if I decide I can take 2 jobs? I can do that. They'll never know. No, yes, bitch, the fuck they would. You can't miss any meetings like that. They'll know what's up. Wait. Where do I send back my computer? And yet the conversation turned out to be like,
Wow. Congratulations. I mean, that's such a bummer. I've really enjoyed working with you. Oh my goodness. We're super bummed. We're gonna be super bummed. Gosh, is there anything that I can do to change your mind at all?
I think that I really need to take this and see where it goes. And gosh, this is so strange. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this, and I'm just so fortunate that I've been able to spend all of this time with you and things. So
Okay.
yeah.
Gosh, that's really gonna be great for your growth, I'm sure. And it sounds like you have a great mentor that really wants to support you, and I'm really happy for you. Congratulations. That's amazing.
and that was it. There was no yelling, no screaming, no arguing, no saying that I was ungrateful. It was like, shit, I'm bummed. The rest of the team will be bummed, and considering that you've already worked on a pretty major feature and you have a couple of other bugs to smash, then we'll have you do those, and instead you will have your last day on this X day. Now, going into this conversation, I realized for the umpteenth time that I have a tendency to overthink anything and everything when it comes to worst case scenarios, and then in turn tend to spin out. We tend to play out the worst case scenarios in our heads, which lead us to talking ourselves out of uncomfortable situations that might be for the better of us because we're afraid of judgment from other people, the fear of success, or in my case, fear of failure. Hey bitch, hey fear, how you doing? And that's what anxiety does. It is a place to create all of these fearful thoughts. It promotes inflated negative ideas and presents them as true. And when you tend to focus solely on that one thought, they tend to multiply. That thought becomes 2 thoughts, 4 thoughts, 15 thoughts, all swirling, spiraling around until you get to a point where it leaves you behaving or thinking poorly about yourself or somebody else. And okay, sometimes these realities do tend to present themselves. Like for instance, with conversations like this, I've never had them before with a manager. It's always been for me where I have quit, either abruptly or with a lot of rage, or I had been fired from positions. So that doesn't necessarily mean that that worst case scenario would have happened right then at that present moment. And yet I know this and still thought, Something new that I have discovered in therapy is the process of thought checking. This is a technique that helps you note your thoughts when you start to spiral, and you're able to catch them in mid-air and immediately switch them to either a neutral thought or some type of affirmation to keep you grounded in the present moment. So say for instance, a neutral thought could be stop, or that's not real, or take a breath. And that check on my thought literally makes me pause, take a breath, and reassess what my response is to a situation going forward. It doesn't have to be a long and drawn out process to thought check. This is just enough to note what you are feeling in the moment, make sure that you cut off those negative thoughts and switch them to something a little bit more present and in the moment. And there you'll be able to properly react, acknowledge your feelings, and then go forth without reacting in some way that you can't take back. Oh, and my therapist let me know that it is good to practice this casually, just so you'll remember to actually do said process whenever you do feel like you're spiraling. So remember this. Hopefully you can practice this technique, and let me know in the comments how you liked it. Happy New Year, folks. I'm so glad to be back, and I will see you next week.